Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Machina Arcana. Now, it's looking much better now than it did a couple of turns ago. Monsters are not that dangerous at the moment, it feels. We have this weird Chthon, this tree, healing tree for the monsters, but this is on a different tile, so it has no effect. We got the flying polyp, which is a little bit of a pain because it's ethereal, which means we cannot attack it or target it, but it's not that dangerous. And we now have the sorrel. Now the sorrel is also not that great, but it's also not super dangerous. And we see how we can deal with it. We finally managed to get into the second chapter by activating this chapter space here in the center. And we are at monster level 2, but still pretty much at the start here. So that's all pretty good here. Okay, so, and we are much better equipped now. We have a couple of really cool weapons. The problem is the weapons and the items are not where we want to have them. For example, this guy already holds this rifle for quite a while, but he didn't manage to equip it, and that's something I want to do. And this is in general, this is now my next goal, I guess. I want to get my inventory straight. So I probably will spend a turn or two to kind of, you know, get my whole items right. And maybe I'm going to take a few hits from the monsters. But that's okay. But I need that time to be really equipped. And then I'm pretty confident that we are in a very good shape then. I'm at my maximum health here. Here I have 3 health and 1 essence. So that looks all fine for now to me. Okay, let's see. Now, my plan was, I think what I want to do is with him, I want to trigger that event space and then maybe attack the thrall once. And then I have 2 essence. Now the thrall will attack me twice. So I'm going to have to spend my essence. But I hope that's okay. Now this guy, I want to move him here and use the workbench then. And yeah, that's the thing. Maybe I'm gonna go here and I wonder if I can trade or something. I'm not totally sure. So the thing is, I want to get this upgrade to him. And I want to equip this weapon with 2 upgrades to him, because he gets a +1 modifier to the attack rolls for every upgrade or augment. So if he has that weapon, that gives him +2 for the upgrades and another 1 because this upgrade adds 1 anyway. So I would have a +3 modifier, which is awesome. That is probably good enough for most of the enemies that we'll encounter in the near future. So that would be really good. I just have to get this done somehow, and it will cost me. I gotta trade with this guy somehow. That will cost me 2 turns basically. That will cost me 2 stamina, and I gotta do a use item action. That will cost me 5 stamina. In addition, I gotta move next to this guy. So these are a couple of actions that I gotta do to set this up. However, if I use the workbench, I can basically do a free use action, and in addition use inventory action, and in addition grab an item. So that could be an option. Okay, I think I know what to do. So first of all, I want to go here. And that costs me 1 action point. Okay. Then I want to use the workbench. And what you do is you can basically take 3 items. Now that costs me 3 action points, so it brings me down to 2. Okay. So my idea is to use, let me see. Gosh, how does that work? Here, draw the top 3 items from any item decks. You can swap, okay, yeah. Okay, so I can draw 3 items. I can exchange them with items that I already have here. And in the end, I gotta make sure I have 1 more item than I had before. And then I can do a use inventory action. So I can basically equip everything that I want to do. Does that make sense? You know, I think it does. So I'm gonna do that. So let me see. Here, there was that cool, no, here. That was the consumable. That was super great. I want to use that. I want this. I want to definitely have that. Maybe I'm going to go for another one of these and maybe another apparel. And let's see what we find. Okay. So, what? Oh yeah, that was exactly the analeptic kit. That was really good. That was the one that gave me 3 health, restore 6 stamina, or restore 2 essence. Now that is really cool because I can basically nearly for free advance to the next chapter, because we basically have to pay 4 health to get to the next chapter, and that thing is worth 3 health. So that is just awesome. I want that. Okay, what do we have here? Now this is a bouncing hurl bat. Okay, you can use that either as a melee weapon, which is solid attack 1, but it's not that great. Or you can throw that thing, and if you hit, it comes basically back to you. The problem is you cannot upgrade that stuff. So I don't think it's that great. Now this is interesting, a reinforced suit. Oh, when you are hit, increase your armor by 3. Okay, that thing is pretty cool. So do I want to keep that? Or do I want to keep the stuff that I have? Now this gives me only 1 standard armor and 1 will. This thing gives me 2 will. That's a tough choice here. I mean, this I will destroy. I think that's for sure. I don't want that. Yeah. This thing, I'm not sure. Here I would get 2 will, which makes me very, very good, very strong against pretty much every arcane attack, but I nearly have very little armor against a standard attack. But then again, this thing doesn't really change that much. On the other hand, if I take 2 hits, or if I would be attacked twice in a single turn, that would be really good. Oh, I can only increase the armor by 1, not by 3. But I could stack this up 3 times. But it will only last for a single turn. I don't know. I think that is also not that great. I don't really see that it's that much better than the ones that we already have. So I'm going to destroy that too. Okay, I could have exchanged it with stuff that I already have here, but I also don't think I want to do that. So let's see. I'm going to keep this, and I don't have to equip this to use it. Now I can do a free use equipment action. So basically I can now finally equip that stuff here. Oops. And now it's a little bit it's stupid because I got now 2 actions left or 2 stamina left, and I really don't know what to do with them. Do I want to activate this thing? I don't know. I mean, if I heal, it doesn't help me because I'm already at the maximum. So maybe I prefer to... Nah, I think I don't want to do that. I cannot attack. Nah. There's basically nothing I can do. However, this thing costs me... that's a good idea. I'm going to do that, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So I'm going to spend... Yeah, I want to spend 3 health. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to spend 1 stamina and restore the 3 health again. And that means I can now place 3 markers on top of that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that. That would have been an interesting option. Interesting. Okay, now let's see. I get 3 markers here. So we only need 1 more to go to the next level. So let's place that here. Okay, so here's what I want to do now. I want to move 1 space. I want to get away from that thing. Is that really what I want to do? I'm going to take some hits with him. I don't know, man. Actually, I think I might do this the simple way. I think I'm going to simply try to kill the Thrall now, because otherwise I would take 2 attacks from him, or the Sorrel, and he is not that weak. So, yeah, it's not great to do that, because it will explode and hit us both. But I think it is still, in a way, an easy thing to do. And I think it's worth it. It's better than taking 2 attacks from him, and eventually I still have to take the explosion somehow. So I think I want to do that. I have my arcane attack of 3, and the Thrall only has 2 will. So let's go for it. I have the option to attack twice. So yeah, let's see. And that is a hit. So he took the first. He's got 2 life points, sadly, but that's okay. And the second one. And that's also a hit. Very, very good. You can see here. It is a little hard to see, I guess, but... Okay, so we killed it. Problem, now this guy explodes. And I think that is first, because when I destroy this guy, I get an essence. So, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. It would have been interesting if I would have been at 0 essence. Then would first my essence rise for the kill, or would this guy explode first? But I think my essence would rise first. So now it attacks the adjacent units with 3 dice. So let's see. That is 3. So the good thing is he's not even hit from that, because he has an armor of 5 and I am. So I'm going to spend 1 essence. And I'm totally okay now. So I think that was overall a good plan. Yeah, I'm still not quite where I am. I want to bring this to him, and then I have to upgrade this. So that kind of sucks. I mean, the other option is simply say, okay, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. I don't know, man. But I also want to use that thing somehow. So I guess, yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. We'll find out. We'll see how we can deal with that. Okay, so now we go to the spawn phase, and let's see. Nope, not the first one. We were lucky here. The spawn rating is at 5, and we rolled a 4. And the second one, okay. So we're gonna spawn 1 creature, but that's okay, I guess. That was to expect. And this is a level 1 creature, so this goes away now. And here we have a Night Gaunt. Okay, now let's see. Searchers after horror haunt strange far places. Yeah, okay, he's got an arcane attack of 3. But it's a melee attack, so I don't think he's going to be able to attack us this turn. So let's find the standee, there we are. And he spawns here. And that's it. And then we roll for the horror. And that is a 2. Wow. Super lucky. Again, no horror event. Just so great. Okay. And now we're going to activate the monsters. And, well, obviously, this guy does nothing. The flying polyp over here, he will now roll. Yeah, he's going to have 2 attacks. Okay, so he's going to move here, and now he's going to attack this guy. And if we're lucky, we don't take any damage. So let's see. Yep, that's okay. And with his second attack, oh, that is a little bit painful. We take a wound here. That sucks, but okay. We're still in good shape, I guess. Then it's the Night Gaunt, and I guess he simply moves 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and then he does not have enough stamina left to actually attack. So let's go into the next turn, and I'm pretty sure we can now get everything done the way we want it. At least I hope so. So I'm going to start with him, Philip, and he's now going to use for the first time his rogue rifle to attack the Night Gaunt. Yeah, it only has a single life point, so it shouldn't be too hard to kill. We need 3, and I think that's nearly, yeah, okay. I mean, now I'm in a much better position here. So this guy is killed, and that is a level 2 monster, so it's just going to be discarded. This guy might come back, and we get 1 essence. Really good. And so that was 3 action points. So let's see what we can do with the other ones. I'm considering activating that space here. Yeah, let's do that. So that costs me another point. Let's see what the result is here. Okay, we get 2 more points. That's not... Oh, that's good. No, that's okay. That's that is okay. I'm going to move here with a single space, and now I got 3 points left. And now I got the option to either, yeah, trading kind of loses me a point. Yeah. Okay, I think, yeah, oh, I gotta mark this space here as destroyed now. I'm gonna invoke this thing here. So that gives me another essence. Pretty good shape now. And that destroys this space. And then I'm allowed to draw a hero event. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I didn't read that. I have the option. I could gain an item instead. Do I want that? That's an interesting question. I think not necessarily at the moment. Later in the game there will be more items available and these will be better items. So right now I don't really think I need additional items. I think I'm fine with something like that. A cleansing light. Previous sojourners to this place must have attempted a ritual to purge a small section of this abyssal labyrinth. I found upon the floor icons of faith drawn in faded chalk. Broken white candles lay nearby, along with long snuffed incense of spring flowers. Whatever those unknown shamans or clergy had attempted, some residual effect of their good deed remained. I instantly felt revitalized, freed for the moment of all doubts and injuries. What? Recharge 2 times. 2 what? 2 times? I got no idea what that means. Is that a misprint and it means recharge 2 items? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I get it. I get it. I can roll this die twice. Okay. So let's do it. Okay, that gives me a health. That's nice. If I roll another health, it's a waste. Okay, that's cool. That gives me another 3 points. That's interesting. What can I do with these? Yeah, that's now a situation where I don't really need these. I wonder what to do with these 3 points. So here's what I want to do. I don't really need these because I don't want to move away, because I don't want to kind of leave the flying polyp to him, because I'm the one who has this great armor. But on the other hand, there's not a lot I can do there. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to trade with him. I'm going to give him this item, and instead I'm going to take this one. Now the problem is, yeah, this thing is still unequipped now though. Okay. Yeah, okay. And this one is also unequipped because after trade, the items are unequipped. But if I do now twice, yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, so I'm done here. Now it's the other guy, and he simply does the use item action twice. And the funny thing is, you can do the use item action on an adjacent explorer. So if I understand that right, I can actually kind of help him to do his stuff. And I can spend 3 to upgrade this thing. And I don't know the rules. Use item. It's is that written here? Use inventory. No, it's not written here, but look at that. Actually, that trading thing was totally pointless. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So I still think you can do it. I think he can use the item on him, but when you use an item, you also can give an item to an adjacent explorer. So simply by doing basically a use item action on him, I could have given him this thing here or whatever. So it's a little bit weird with these. Anyway, I'm going to take a second action and I'm going to unequip this and equip this. I think the hammer, the hammer is clearly more effective. What's cool about this thing is this option to switch position with the target unit. That's really funny. But yeah, I think the thing is just not really that effective, and that hammer is definitely pretty cool, especially in combination with that frenetic drip here. Okay, so item wise, I think we're in a very good position, and in general I think I'm doing really, really well. So now we go again into the spawn phase, and that is a 7, so we're going to see a new monster, a moon beast. See that? Okay. Daylight does not encourage the apprehension of horror. Indeed. Okay, it has quite an attack. When the monster is adjacent to a wall, it is ethereal. Oh, that kind of sucks, because it will probably move here. That's not good. But now I got this glimpse catcher. However, I don't know, man. That might be a problem. Oh boy. Oh fuck, man. Oh shit. I don't know what we have in here, what happens now, but we might end up in some trouble here. I wonder what happens if we're simply cornered here and there's no way out anymore, because we have an ethereal monster here and an ethereal monster here, and we cannot attack them. Oh boy, that would be really nasty, but we'll see how that all turns out. But that sucks. That's for sure. Okay, so we got the moon beast showing up here, and pretty much everything here is a wall, so this guy will be ethereal, I guess. Okay, and then we got to roll again, and we got another monster. Oh boy, now it could get a little dangerous here. That is a tinned lonesome hound. Your nightmare follow you like a shadow forever. Okay. When any explorer loses essence, this monster teleports to that explorer. And it's also ethereal. Oh boy, that's a big problem here. We got 3 ethereal monsters now. Luckily I got this glimpse catcher, but the big problem is I need something to attack, right? It's ridiculous. I cannot, I need something to attack, and I don't know what. Maybe I can actually attack my own guy. I wonder if that's possible, it might be possible. Maybe I can shoot at him, and then it says You know, I think that might actually work. I'm gonna check that. Maybe I can do it, and then I might be able to attack the other guys, because when you hit the attack, from then on, explorers can attack ethereal units for a round, for the whole round. So I guess I gotta do something like this now. Then we gotta do the horror, and that is this time a hit, or we see a horror event coming up. Let's hope it's not too bad. It says overrun. Well, definitely. A breeze danced and swirled mesmerizingly around us, moving forward until it reached the places whence our enemies came forth in endless droves. The air grew ominously still as it neared its destination and was replaced by a disquieting glow that emanated from those dreaded spawning points. Repeat the spawn phase. Okay. So the thing is now, wait a minute, before we can do that, we actually have to find the standee for that hound. And I think I'm going to put it here. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Now the thing is, if we have one more monster here, we cannot spawn another one. So let's see. Okay, so the first one just goes down. And by the way, the horror here, the monster threat goes up because of this horror event. And the second guy, okay, that's a 9. So maybe that's not so bad, because if we get a monster which is not ethereal, that could actually be to our advantage. Maybe not. So we got to draw another one, and that is a Shantak. Okay, at least this guy is not ethereal. Okay, on the new round, place this monster to the first position in the monster queue. And okay, when this monster moves, adjacent monster move up to 1 space. So it kind of speeds up everybody. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We got to get this straight. So we're going to see the Shantak now, and I'm going to place it here. Is that really what we want to do? You know, maybe I want to place the Shantak here. I wonder if ethereal monsters can move through other units. That might actually be possible for them, but let's check that. I think it's written here. Units can move through ethereal units. Okay. That's interesting. And that also, that's an interesting thing. I didn't realize that. I forgot about that. That would make it much easier if we get blocked by ethereal units here. And I'm going to place this guy then here. Then we will have the option simply to walk through them. And that makes sense. In this way you will not get cornered by ethereal units when you cannot attack them. Let's see. And ethereal units, yeah, okay. Okay, now let's go through this step by step. The Cthulhu does nothing. The flying polyp, well, he is in range, so he will attack now twice. And he's going to attack this guy with 3 dice. So the first one is a miss, and the second one too. That's good. Then the flying polyp will move 1 space toward us. Then we got the moon beast. Now let's see. The moon beast is this one. Okay. It has 5 stamina. Okay. So first it wants to try to attack. Can't do it. Then it wants to pull us 2 spaces. And that's not possible either. So it moves 1 space. It moves the second space. But it will move here. Okay. Does it have line of sight at that point? Well, I don't think so, because this blocks, except for arcane attacks. But these are not arcane attacks. These are standard attacks. So it's got to move a third action, or got to do a third action. And now it can do the attack, but it doesn't have enough points left. Yeah, so it can't do it. Cute. Then we got this hound. Okay, the hound wants to go next to us too. And this is this guy. He's going to move 1, 2 spaces, and he has no range. I think that's it. I mean, of course, he can move through other ethereal units, but that doesn't help him, because he cannot. Maybe if he could make it to here, but he cannot move through. No, 1, 2, 3. If he could make it here, it could be an interesting option for him, but I don't think that's going to work out. No. And he cannot end his movement on another space with a unit. So he's going to stop there. These suckers simply will queue up. And then we got the Shantak. And same thing here. He will simply move here, I guess. And that's all he can do. Yeah, there is nothing else he can. It's a little odd. But yeah, I mean, there's simply nothing else he can do at that point. That is super weird. That is so weird. Now it would be kind of cool to have this thing maybe to switch positions with the monsters. But I don't want to use this action now to equip it. I really wonder if I actually should simply run through the polyp and make my way out of here. I think I cannot explore this space, but I'm pretty sure I can go here and simply explore this space. And yeah, when then these monsters approach, it should be possible to kill them. I think that's probably the easiest way. The other option would be to move 1, 2, 3 spaces here through these 2 ethereal monsters, then attack the Shantak. I could do that, and I could probably kill him, and then I would have the option to attack ethereal monsters. So I could then use the pneumatic hammer with this guy, and for example, I don't know, maybe kill the moon beast. But do I want that? You know, I mean, these guys are pretty dangerous here. I'm gonna have then to face an attack of this guy. I don't know if this is something I want. However, what I could do is, I got this special action here. I could spend an essence and move up to 3 spaces. That would bring me here. And that would be more interesting then. I could then... let's see if I could do that. I could then attack twice. I could kill the moon beast. I could kill the Shantak, and I could hit this guy once. The moon beast has a single attack, a single life point. So with him, I could then kill the moon beast, but I would have to face the attack from the flying polyp. I don't know. That doesn't sound too promising to me. I think I'm going to make my way around. I think that is a better choice for me right now. Yeah. So I'm considering spending maybe an essence with him so that I can make up some ground here. Tough choice. But then again, essence is valuable, so maybe I'm not too eager to do that. Now these guys might make their way through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, actually, yeah, I think I want to do that. I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces with this guy. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces with him. I'm going to stay there so that I'm going to still take the attacks from the Moon Beast. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, that looks reasonable to me. So the problem is the threat level will go up now because we cannot spawn any new monsters. But that's, I mean, that is clearly an issue. That's not great. But I think it makes more sense than, you know, doing some crazy stuff here. This way I have more control over what's going on. Okay, now let's see. First we have to roll now for the spawn phase. Okay, that's a 3. That's very good. So nothing happens. This thing simply goes down 1 space. And then we have to roll again. And that's again a 3. Awesome. Super lucky. No new monster spawn. That is just great. So that means the threat level doesn't go up either. If we would have spawned a monster, we wouldn't have done that, but instead the threat level would have gone up. But in this way, perfect. Now we're going to check for the horror. And that is a 2. Oh boy, I'm super lucky here. Very, very good. Totally amazing. So now we're gonna have to deal with these monsters. So first of all, the Shantak says on the new round, place this monster to first position in the monster queue. Okay. So that means this guy goes here. And now the Shantak will move. Okay. And he moves. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I mean, he definitely moves through this trap here, basically. So he moves 1, 2, 3, 4. But then he does not have enough action points to do the attack. Now it says when this monster moves, adjacent monsters move up to 1 space. I guess that means this guy now moves up to 1 space. So which is the closest way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it doesn't really matter. So I think he doesn't move. I mean, both ways are the same way. So he cannot get closer to the nearest investigator. So I think I want to move him at all. Because if it doesn't bring him closer... Does it? No, it does actually bring him closer. Of course it does. But which way? Well, he cannot go this way, so he has to go this way. Okay, so he's going to move there. Now the Chthon does nothing. The Flying Polyp moves 1, 2 spaces, and then he can do an attack. With 3 dice. And again, no effect here. Now it's the Moon Beast. So let's see what the Moon Beast can do. The Moon Beast will move 1, 2, 3 spaces. Can it move further? Well, it has 5 action points. So I guess it actually will. It will move further. The Moon Beast will move here, adjacent to me, but now it has no option to attack anymore. Now it's this Hound here with 5 points, and the Hound moves simply 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in here. Okay. Okay, so now we can attack. And yeah, we got to try to kill some of these monsters now. So, first of all, the only monster we actually can attack right now is the Shantak and the Moon Beast, because the Moon Beast is not adjacent to a wall. That's pretty cool. That is really good. Yeah, we can, and they both only have a single life point. That is super great. So we can maybe kill them both. Huh. Yeah, that is cool. So let's do that. Let's attack the Shantak first. And I gotta start with him because he's got the glimpse catcher. Problem is we gotta use that thing. And that isn't so powerful. But we gotta do it anyway. The Shantak has, oh boy, this guy has an armor of 6. That's gonna be hard. But I gotta, shit. I basically lose, but there is no other way around that. Maybe I can, if I can try to attack the Moon Beast instead. It's not ethereal and it only has an armor of 4. So the thing is, I'm not actually quite sure. I think that the stabilizing cogs does not work with the glimpse catcher. I think it basically affects this thing. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, on the other hand, this is the main weapon. So this is basically the weapon I use. And the glimpse catcher is kind of attached to this weapon. So that means the stabilizing cog also works with this weapon. I think I can simply use this attack with this weapon. It's a little bit weird, but I think this is not really an extra weapon. It's just something you put on this rogue rifle. I think I'm gonna do it that way. So I can roll 2 dice, and I got a modifier of +3 for this thing. Pretty sure about that. So I'm gonna attack the Moon Beast, and if I do a single hit, I should be able to kill it. Okay, that's 1 point. So I did a hit, which is important because that now gives me the option to target ethereal units for the rest of the turn. And if I see that right, I get now +2 for each upgrade or augment, +1 because it says increase this weapon's attack rolls by 1. So I got a +3, which is exactly 4, which is enough to kill the Moon Beast. So that means this guy is gone. And that is a level 1 monster, so it is removed from the game. And I get 1 essence. Now I should be able to attack the Shantak with my rogue rifle. And this guy also only has a single life point. This guy is ugly. Yeah. Okay. I think there is no other way. I gotta do it that way, I think. So I'm gonna I'm gonna attack the Shantak. And I'm gonna lose some essence, but that's gonna be okay overall. So let's do that. Let's attack the Shantak with the rogue rifle, so 3 dice. And that's a 5, and of course the Shantak is killed here. That gives me another essence. And we can remove this guy. And this is a level 2 creature, so he might come back. Okay, that's better. So we still have the problem. So I'm not convinced. The problem that I have is that now I can only attack the ethereal creatures for this turn. So you know what I want to do? I think actually I want to kill that guy here. This is a pretty dangerous guy. It's a little tricky. It really is. If I spend 1 essence, I can move to here with this guy. And then I might have the option to attack him. I will have the option to attack him twice. It's not a safe thing, though. It really isn't. But I could do it, and I think that might be worth it. You know, I think I want to do that. I'm going to spend the essence, which is a little bit tricky, but I hope I'll get it back at the end of the turn. I can move up to 3 spaces, so I'm going to move here. I have to take that opportunity that I can attack the ethereal units. And now we got to try to kill it with the pneumatic hammer. So that is 3 dice. We need a 4. It's not that simple. Oh, wait a minute. When any explorer loses essence. Oh, that's interesting. So when I spend essence, does that mean the guy moves toward me? He might actually. I think he simply is teleported next to me, because it says when any explorer loses essence, the monster teleports to that explorer. So I think I don't have to move there. I think I simply spent the essence, and then the monster teleports toward me. Probably doesn't change things that much, but I think that is a fact. So now we're going to roll the dice. And that is a hit. Very good. So let's try that again. And that is also a hit. Awesome. So we managed to kill this guy. Very, very important here. And this might come back too. And we get our essence back. Okay. So very good. We are we are again left with our friend, the flying polyp. And yeah, and apart from that, we managed to kill everything else. I think that went pretty well. Okay, so let's go into the next spawn phase. Yeah, okay, no big surprise here. 1 monster will spawn, and that is a witch. Okay, so what does that say? Drink from me and live forever. So basically, I think the witch wants to destroy target action spaces that are within reach. And if that is not possible for her, she's going to do an arcane attack, but only if she's adjacent. Oh, she's going to do that arcane. I don't know, man. Again, we have a problem here. This is really, again, a little bit odd. So again, this is something I don't understand, and this is tricky. This one is obvious, right? I mean, she's going to spend, if she's adjacent to an explorer, she's going to spend 2 stamina to do an arcane attack with 3 black dice. Okay, no problem here. This is where it gets tricky. So this thing costs her 2 stamina. It's an arcane ranged attack with 2 dice. With a range of 2. Okay, so first of all, the target is an action space. Okay, so that's what she wants to do. She wants to destroy a target action space. And then it says arcane attack, 1 or 2 explorers. Now, with 1 black die and 2 white dice, the explorers. So I think what that means is, if it is within range of an action space, it will try to destroy, it will attack that space and destroy it. And after that, it will attack every explorer on that tile. That's how I read that card. It is a little odd, but I think that's how it works. So, it's a level 1 monster. Let's find the witch. There's the witch, and we're going to place her here. And then we got to roll again for the second spawn, for the second character. And that's only a 3. So cool, we only have the witch. Let's roll for the horror event. That's a 7, so we're going to have 1. And it says, creeping death. They've invaded our territory, trespassers, thieves, defilers, I don't know. They don't belong. These foul parasites, these humans, they've killed several of our kind. But they don't know that we're getting closer. They can't see us in the dark. They can't hear us lurking in the shadows. And before they know it, we'll be upon them. When any monster is destroyed, monsters move up to 2 spaces. And that's going to happen twice. Okay. So we got to remember that. Yeah. Now another thing, for example, is that I think this card, I think that effect will stop when a new card is drawn, right? So it can happen to a maximum of 2 times, but if it only happens once and then a new card is drawn, I'm pretty sure this card simply goes away. So now we got to activate the monsters again. This flying polyp will simply attack again, and again it will attack Philip. And that's a 4. Let's see. He's okay. He has an armor of 5, so no problems here. And that's a 3. So, and then we got the witch. Now the witch wants to attack an action space. That's her main goal. So the only action space left is this and that. This one is obviously closer, so she moves 1 space down here. Then she spends 2 stamina to destroy that space, because it has to be in range of 2. So now this action space goes away and we need more of these destroyed markers. Okay, so this marker is here now. And now she attacks the explorers with an arcane attack, 1 black die, 2 white dice. So let's see. First, oh no, we gotta simply roll. That isn't so terrible. So that's a 4. Still, Philip will take a hit, but I mean, he's got 4 essence. What about him? Maybe he doesn't. He's got 2 will and another 3. So he has 5 will, which means he does not take a hit. Very good. So that was 3 of her 4 action points. That means she can move 1 more space, and I guess she moves toward the next action space down there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, great. I'm feeling not too bad. So it's us now again, and I'm not so sure. I'm considering spending an essence with him and continue to the next chapter. That should be now easily possible. The situation seems pretty much under control. I want to know what we got to do, and then, yeah, maybe we simply can move here, and in this way can explore the next tile or whatever. So let's do that. I'm going to spend 1 essence with him, and that means that this is now the 4th time we've lost blood or essence. And that means we can go to the next step, to the next chapter, and you can see here this thing here, and that's all. Okay. Okay, chapter 3. The Torn Journal. Our gory path led us to an abrupt end, at an entrance to a room. In the center, a book lay amidst assorted articles scattered all over the floor. It was instantly apparent that this tome was a journal, and by lucky chance written in my language. The author's carefully penned memoirs descended into frenzied madness as the days wore on. The work proved beyond doubt that the writer was a member of the House of Bliss. I could feel my spine tingling with a disquietude as I comprehended that the cult could be here, now, at this very moment, lurking in the shadows, weaving their deceitful webs, like patient spiders awaiting their prey. The last entries in the diary were cryptic and delusional, and clearly the result of an unhinged mind. There was a particularly dreadful chapter, missing a few pages, which described a ritual of reanimation in loving detail. Okay, so let's see. Basically, we simply have to lit a new chapter space. Okay. So technically we would have a chapter space down here, so we don't really need a new room. Do we want one? Well, hard to tell. Probably yes. You have the weird option here to spawn a monster for 3 stamina. I'm not necessarily sure why you want to do that. Maybe to get essence by killing it, that might be an option. You can also banish a target monster for 6 stamina and spending 1 essence, but then you don't get any you don't get a trophy or something. You don't get the essence. And we can now add the items from level 2. You can see that here. That is pretty cool. So we're going to have better items. So I think I want to explore a new tile simply to get access to some chests or something, so that maybe I can find some cooler stuff. And we're gonna shuffle these. I think the destroyed items don't go back in. I'm not totally sure about that though. Let's see if there is something written here. Let's see. Okay, so actually, yeah, the items will get shuffled, simply get shuffled in there, and the destroyed items remain destroyed. I think at that point I'm going to load this up. My heroes still have their full stamina, and well, I got to say, I feel I'm in a pretty good position. I got 2 essence with him, 1 essence with him. He has 1 less health than maximum, but that's okay. The creatures we face seem not to be terribly dangerous. That flying polyp for sure isn't. The witch, well, kind of is, but it's not, 1 hit and she's going to be dead. We're still quite a few steps away from the next monster level. So, yeah. It seems we're doing okay. But, well, we know that can change pretty soon, and we're still just entered level 3, so there is still a long way to go. I think we're chapter 3. I think we have about 10 chapters or something. So, yeah, there is still a long way to go, that's for sure. So, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.